Hey y'all, it's Miss A. Today we're going to be looking at and comparing unit rates. We addressed unit rates yesterday for the first time. We found out that they were always in comparison to 1. So how many pages you can write in one hour, how many pages you can read in 1 minute, or how many words you can type in a minute, whatever it was. But it was always comparing down to 1. So once we find that today in these problems, we're going to use those unit rates to compare and determine which one is the better buy, or which one has the faster rate, or whatever the case may be, depending on the problem. For my at-home kids, you do have a copy of this available to you in Canvas for you to print if you have that at home. If not, you can just take some notes, but make sure you follow along. And guys, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe to my page and go ahead and press the like button for this video to give it a thumbs up. Let's get started. All right, so number 1, we've got Emily reads 135 pages in 5 hours. George reads 138 pages in 6 hours. Based on this information, who reads at a faster rate? So what we're going to do is we're going to determine the unit rate for each individual person. So we're going to take Emily's 135 pages in 5 hours, and we're going to figure out how many pages she can read in just 1 hour. So we're going to take the 135 pages, put it over 5 hours, and now I can divide those two to get the unit rate. So 135 divide by 5. Remember to use your chart if you need the help. I know that 5 can't go into 1. 5 can go into 13 2 times, which is 10. Subtract, we get 3. Bring down the 5, and then 5 goes into 35 7 times, with a remainder of 0, and I can stop. So Emily reads at a rate of 27 pages per, I'm going to put a little dash, hour. 27 pages per hour. That means for 1 hour, that's how many pages she can read. All right, and this is for Emily. Let's put Emily so we don't forget that. And then George, yeah, I guess I'll put it here, it's fine. George reads at a rate of 138 pages in 6 hours. So we need to determine his unit rate by dividing these two. So 138 divide by 6. And we know that 6 can't go into 1. 6 can go into 13 2 times, which is 12. Subtract, we get 1. And then bring down your 8. 6 goes into 18 3 times, which is 18 with the remainder of 0. So George, I'll write it again so it's right here. George reads at a rate of 23 pages per hour. So here are my 2 unit rates. The question says, based on the information, who reads at a faster rate? So faster means they read more pages per hour. So Emily reads 27, George reads 23, so Emily reads at a faster rate. So even though she read less pages based on what they told us, she still read at a faster rate because based off the unit rate. All right, the second one, we have Christina drove 225 miles and used 5 gallons of gas. Irene drove 312 miles and used 6 gallons. So Christina, 225, used 5 gallons. Irene, 312 miles and used 6 gallons. Did they use gasoline at the same rate? At the same rate means they need to be equivalent. So obviously they're not equal right now because the miles are different and the gallons are different, but we need to see if they were identical whenever we find the unit rate, which is possible, but not always. So we're going to do Christina first. She did 225 miles on 5 gallons. So we're going to take that 225 and divide by 5. No, it can't go into 2. It can go into 22 4 times, which is 20. Subtract, we get 2. Bring down your 5, and 5 goes into 25 5 times. The remainder of 0. All right, so Christina was at a unit rate of 45 miles per gallon. That's Christina. And then we have Irene, who drove at a rate of 312 miles for 6 gallons. Now let's divide these. Oh, I guess I threw this thing. So 312 divided by 6. No, it can't go into 3, but it can go into 31 5 times, which is 30. Subtract, we get 1. Bring down your 2. 6 goes into 12 2 times with the remainder of 0. So here we have 52 miles per gallon. And this is for Irene. So the question is, did they use gasoline at the same rate? This is 45, this is 52. So the answer to that question is no. And if you wanted to go take it one step further, who had the better gas mileage? Better gas mileage means you can travel more per gallon. So Christina could only drive 45 miles per gallon. Irene could drive 52 miles per gallon. So technically, Irene has the better gas mileage based on her car. But the answer to the question was no. They did not use gasoline at the same rate. All right, and then the last question here, number 3, says Sargento cheese slices cost $2.48 for 10 slices. This is Sargento, $248 for 10. Velveeta cheese slices cost $3.18 for 12 slices. Which is the better deal? Better deal means that it's cheaper. When it comes to money, we want to spend, we want it to be the lowest. So right now, it looks like Sargento might be the cheaper, it's definitely the cheaper price because it's only $2.48 compared to $3.10. But to actually compare these two and know which one's the better deal, we have to figure out the unit rate and figure out the cost per slice of cheese. So this is Sargento. Do not just go off of the lowest price. That's not always the case. All right, so here we're going to take the $2. So this costs $2.48 for 10 slices. So we want to figure out the cost of just one. So we're going to take that $2.48 and we're going to divide by 10. Drag that decimal up. 10 can't go into 2. 10 can go into 24 twice, which is 20. Subtract, we get 4. Bring down your 8. 10 goes into 48 4 times, which is 40. Remainder of 8. I've got a remainder, so I'm going to add one more 0. And then 10 goes into 80 8 times. Now, we are talking about money, and we can't have 3 decimal places. So this Sargento cost, we're going to round it to 2 decimal places because that's what money shows. And this number is a 5 or more, so we're going to raise the score. So it becomes 25 cents per slice. 25 cents per slice. And the last one for Velveeta, it cost $3.18 for 12 slices. And we want to know that unit rate, so we're going to take that $3.18, and we're going to divide it by 12. Drag the decimal up. 12 cannot go into 3. 12 can go into 31 twice, which is 24. Subtract. If I add up to 31, I'm going to get 7. Then I can bring down my 8. 12 goes into 8. Remember, if you need to, guys, I know 12s, y'all trip up sometimes. So if you need help dividing, don't hesitate to get out your chart if you need to, okay? Just as a reminder, you would just use your chart here. We would find the 12. This is a 7. So 12 goes into 78. You would go to your 12, go down till you find 78 without going over. So 84 is too big. 72 would be your answer or your number here. And then to get what it is, you just go all the way across. Here was 72. The answer was 6. Please don't hesitate to use your multiplication chart if you need to. So then I can subtract here. 78 minus 72 is 6. Bring another 0. And then 12 goes into 60. I know that's 5. But if you didn't, we go to 12, look for 60. It's right here. We get exactly 60. And the answer is 5. So 5 goes here. 60 goes here. And then we can subtract. And then we are done with that. But just like before, we could not have 3 decimal places. So I'm going to stop here and look at this number. So Velveeta cost $1.20. That's going to make it go up. $1.27 per slice. So we've got 25 cents per slice. We have 27 cents per slice. So the questions want to know which is the better deal. Better deal is the cheaper one. So Sargento. Sargento is the better deal because it costs less per individual slice of cheese. All right, guys, that's how we use unit rates to compare and determine the better deal or better buy or the faster rate. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.